everybody. Welcome back to the Routine Podcast.
Gymnastics Conversations.
I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Chelsea's mom, Diana.
And we're back for episode 38.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Chelsea. I know we just celebrated Christmas. We're about to celebrate the new year.
Yes. We have 2 more weeks till season.
I know. We don't have to say preseason anymore. We can just say season. Yep.
Yes, we're here and we're excited and we're thrilled.
Yeah, we just, I guess Chelsea will probably talk about this on a future show, but we just completed an interview with someone that was so much fun. Someone you'll love to hear from.
A very special lady.
A very special lady. And again, it's going to be on an upcoming episode. So we're in really good spirits today.
Yes. Be on the lookout. I hate when people say that, but honestly, be on the lookout.
It was fun. Very fun interview.
It was. But that's not why we're here today.
Nope.
Why we're here today is because we said we were going to talk about seniors.
Yeah, we're celebrating seniors today. And
we are.
It's one thing that we do on the Routine Podcast. We make sure that we celebrate seniors before the season starts. Mm-hmm. And that way we're celebrating their success as a gymnast and celebrating their success at their school. And not only celebrating their success, but celebrating the success of their family, because there are mothers and there are fathers and there are sisters and there are brothers that are out there as well that have really been on this journey with the seniors. Mm-hmm. And so we always like to, before the season starts, take a look at the seniors and really give you a chance to weigh in on what seniors you want to celebrate, but also give you the chance to know throughout the whole year who you should be looking out for.
Yes. But before we get into that, we do have a lot of comments. The first one being from @GymAnalysis. And they said, Chelsea and Diana, did you talk about this? And they attached the ESPN article of Simone Biles about her being the most dominant athlete of 2018.
That's right. And we're not talking about dominant in gymnastics. We're talking about the most dominant of all athletes in all sports is Simone Biles.
It's not like, oh, wow, it's surprising that she won, because clearly she deserves this title.
That's right. And we know.
Yeah, as gym fans, we all know this. Mm-hmm. But for the outside world to recognize this and to publish this article, insane.
She's beating out football quarterbacks, Serena Williams in tennis, which I think we've had that conversation before.
Have. Let's not go back.
And I think it was the word dominant that we used as well.
Did. And I said, who, Mom?
You did. You said that she is more dominant than Serena Williams. And not only did you say that, but most of the listeners said that as well.
They did. What I really liked about this article is that it's not just giving like statistics about how she's the greatest. You really get to know Simone through the writing. For example, in a paragraph, she says, Biles says that sometimes, though, she just wants to be Simone without all the medals. It doesn't matter to me, Biles says. Everybody's equal. Your accomplishments don't make necessarily who you are. Yes, I have all these Olympic medals and stuff, but once I go out into the world, I'm a regular person. I do everything everybody else does. I fill up my own gas. I pay my rent. I have to do all these things. So the medals don't make me any better than anybody else. I'm just the best in my sport at what I do that day.
Right?
That's like such a great quote. And it shows how humble she is, and how just because you may be the best at something doesn't mean you have to shove it in everybody's face all the time. Because I know it's really hard for a lot of people.
The thing I liked about it is that she's still competitive. Never mind all the gold medals. Never mind the amazing scores. She competes against herself. Mm-hmm. Right? She's hardest on herself when she falls, even though she's still 2 points ahead of everybody after all this time and all these years and everything she's been through. And I think that's what I enjoyed about the article.
Another part of the article that I thought was really funny was when she was talking about how when girls come up to her asking her for help on certain skills, and she just says, I don't know, just do it. Like, I can't help you.
I'm
Like,
not
I
a
just
coach.
drop my arm and I twist. And she's doing like incredible skills, and people are like asking for help for like minor-ish skills.
Yeah. And I think the other part about the article, it talked about how she is fearful. She is scared she's going to fall. She is scared she's going to be hurt. So it's what you said originally. She's just a normal person who just happens to be exceptional at the sport that she chose. But go Simone.
Go Simone.
Beating everybody.
You are the most dominant. We can finally rest our case on that, right, Mom?
That's right. That's right.
You're struggling to
No,
say
no,
that.
no. I totally agree. I mean, originally when we talked about it, which was a little while ago,
Here we go. She's about to fact check us, guys.
it was between Simone and Serena. And since that time, Serena has had a child and lots of stuff going on in her life. So no doubt about it, Simone is.
In this moment.
In this moment, Simone is the most dominant athlete of men and women.
Yeah. Even better than LeBron James.
I guess
Yeah,
so,
hard that
right?
is. Yeah. Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Steph Curry, all of them.
Yeah.
Got them beat. She's representing the gymnastics world.
Congratulations, Simone.
Yes. We also got a couple of comments from your genius idea of featuring sisters who have both competed in college gymnastics.
Really?
Yes. The first one was from Renee. She said, for your sister's idea, you could also feature Sylvia and Mariana. Sylvia was originally at UF, then transferred. Then there are others who went to different schools or can't compete together because of age. The Williamses, the Deshes, and the Finnegans. And then we also got an incredible tweet from Kent on the same topic. He said, I loved your recent discussion about sisters competing in NCAA Gym. So I made a hashtag thread. And then he continued to list, basically, to my knowledge, all of the sisters who have ever competed in women's college gymnastics.
Really?
It's like a little encyclopedia, which is so cool.
Was this Kenty Mac?
Kenty Mac.
Hey, Kenty Mac, thank you so much.
Yeah, he lists a lot of great people. Anna and Grace Glenn, yes. Madison and Megan McBride, who are twins competing at Southern Utah University. Alexa and Paris Phillips, who are also twins, but they're competing at NC State. And then he also goes on to list some of the past gymnasts of sisters, which is really cool. Nicolette and Danielle McNair, who were at Stanford recently. Ashley Nat and Jenna Rice. Natalie and Christina Vakulik, who are some of my favorite sisters. And then future. So he lists Emma and McKenna Kelly. Emma will be going to LSU.
Okay.
And then he also lists Sarah and Aaliyah Finnegan.
And so will we go ahead and try to see if we can get some of the sisters on a future interview?
I think that would be awesome.
I do too.
But also at NCAA Gym Stats kind of tagged along this thread. Courtney Kupets Carter and her sister Ashley Kupets both competed at UGA. Isn't that crazy? And now Courtney works at UGA.
It is.
Yeah.
And I would have never guessed, and we probably should have, right? But I would have never guessed that there were so many sister gymnasts.
I know.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Me neither.
And then twins at that, too.
I
Lots of
know.
twins.
Like, do you know how hard it is, first of all, to compete in college?
Right.
And for both of them to make it that far.
Right. And I would love to, assuming we're able to get some of these interviews, I'd love to better understand the decision of going to the same school or going to different schools and how they go about that.
I feel like if I had a sister, I would want to go to school with her.
You would?
I think so.
I would have thought you would have said the opposite.
Really?
I would have. It depends on, are we talking about older or younger sister? Because I think
Older.
that matters.
Older. If my sister was older than me.
Then you'd want to go to the same school.
Yeah.
And if it was your baby sister?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, you don't have a sister, so we don't have to worry about it. But I think we should try to do that.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like people are interested.
Yeah, and thanks, Kenty Mac, for doing all of our homework for us.
Yeah, and NCAA Gym Stats, like, I don't know where you find this information or if it just comes off the top of your head, but it's like encyclopedia worthy information.
Absolutely. So thank you.
Thank you.
And then, of course, we asked the question in our last episode, to tell us which seniors we should be celebrating. We didn't get a voicemail, but that's okay. We got plenty of tweets, although obviously I do love the voicemail, but we got plenty of tweets. So we're going to start with Sam. And Sam says, Chelsea and Mom, I am most excited to see Alicia Boren. She has been a bit overshadowed by other incredible UF gymnasts for her career. And I think this season she is going to come out as one of the top all-around contenders. Totally agree with that. We are going to talk about our favorite seniors to watch. And so Alicia Bourne, I think, is on both of our lists. And then we also heard from AB Gym. They said we have Sienna Krause from Nebraska, Sydney Sneed from University of Georgia, Shani Remy from Boise, Anna Coombe from Arizona State, McKenna Merrill Giles from Utah, and Kara Koshinsky from West Virginia. So those are all seniors that we should be on the lookout for this year.
Yes. And I don't know if you know this or not, but I also did a Twitter poll.
I do. Well, I remember you saying that you were going to do one.
Yes. So I did fulfill that.
Okay. And how did it go? Did we get anybody to respond?
We got about 100 votes.
That's really good.
Which is pretty good. And I listed Brenna Dow, Alicia Bourne, Caitlin Ohashi, and Sarah Finnegan.
And again, how did you go about listing, and how did you decide who to list?
I wanted to list seniors that I knew everybody was aware of, but also not just kind of like the big name athletes, even though they're all pretty big.
I was thinking, yeah, there you are.
But I also left the option for people to comment their favorite senior below, which a lot of people did. So.
Right. So if I understood you correctly, Twitter only allows you to put 4 names in.
Right.
So you had to choose 4 names. Those are the 4 names you chose. However, people could put anybody's name in.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yes. Do you want to guess the order?
This is the order of seniors that came up the highest numbered.
Yeah. Start with the lowest number of votes.
Okay, first of all, I just got to make sure. We had Alicia, Brenna, Sarah, and
Kate.
Kate. Okay. So the fewest number of votes of the 4 would be Brenna. Well, I have to tell you, I've just been watching Brenna's video because she's one of my favorite seniors. Her front handspring double front on the floor, right?
Textbook perfect.
Does anybody else do that?
I'm sure people do, but they don't do it like her.
They don't do it like Brenna.
You know, her and Sarah went to the same gym.
I do. Well, you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell by their style, right? And
It's the technique.
Their technique, their precision.
Precision. That's a really good word.
Yeah. Okay. But so she wasn't the number 4 vote. Okay.
No. Try again.
Number 4 would be Alicia.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, good. Okay. So the number 3 is Brenna. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is Sarah. Mm-hmm. Number 1 is Kate.
Yes.
That's what I would have guessed, other than that one little switch at the bottom.
But 1 and 2 was very close.
Was it?
Sarah had 37 and Caitlin had 40%.
Wow. Yeah. And you know what? I think it's really, of the 4 names you chose, it was the perfect names. And again, this isn't about
who's the best.
Who's the best. All of them are amazing gymnasts.
Yeah.
And Twitter only allowed you to do 4. Because I'm sure there were a lot of others where people filled in that, again, they're seniors that were celebrating their success. Does this mean that Alicia's going to have a different floor routine than a telephone?
I know.
I love the telephone.
I know. But I'm sure that they knew that they hit the home run with that one.
They did.
So, like, they probably stepped their game up this year, especially since she's a senior.
That's hard to step the game up on that one.
Derek Hoover also commented saying, I think I'm most excited for Nicole Lehrman of Oklahoma. I really think she's a dark horse for the all-around title this year.
Wow.
And that's very true. I replied back saying that I love the way that she swings bars. She's so technically correct. So I agree with you on that, Derek. And then also Shazalina left a plethora of seniors that she's looking forward to. I'll name a few. Brittany Ward of Mizzou. She's great on beam, so I'm looking forward to watch her as well. Tony Ann Williams is on her list.
She's on my list.
Who isn't on your list, Mom?
Well, I mean, I just think Tony Ann, we've got the chance to watch her last year in person, and
she brings it.
She does. She really does. I know she's got the elbow injury, so we hope that that doesn't affect her senior season.
She also lists Jamie Stone of Ohio State, and I am actually a big Jamie Stone fan. Ohio State's actually coming to Maryland this year, so I'm hoping to go to that meet and watch her.
That'd be good.
She does a really, really beautiful 2.5 punch front. She makes it look so easy. And do you know how hard that skill is?
I don't know, but if you say it's hard, I'm
It's
believing
very,
you.
very hard. And it's
Okay.
rare to see it.
Okay.
And she does it great every time. She also does a really great Yurchenko half on vault. So hopefully I'll see her at Maryland this year.
How come you keep saying I'll see her at Maryland?
Because I know you have your own schedule going on.
All right. Well, if I'm available, I'd love to see her too.
Okay. But thank you all for leaving your comments about the seniors that you're excited to celebrate this year.
Did we get any moms or dads that left and said, I'm going to celebrate the senior in my life?
Probably not.
Didn't get any. All right. Well, there's still time. Anytime, actually. Anytime this season, a mom or dad who wants to celebrate their daughter's success, feel free to give us a call. Leave us a voicemail. Send us a tweet. Send us an email.
Yeah.
But we'd love to talk to you about your daughter and celebrate the achievements in their gymnastics career.
If you did that, Mom,
You'd be mad at me if I did that?
yeah, I would not allow you to do that.
You wouldn't have a choice.
Oh, that'd be so embarrassing.
I'm calling about Chelsea. She's a senior.
So do you want to talk about
Now can I talk about my favorites?
our favorites?
Oh.
We both chose 3, right? You narrowed your 12
I
down to
didn't.
3, right?
I did not. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We already talked about Tony Ann, so I don't have to include her on my list. So it's about 5.
I would like to keep it at 3.
I can do mine fast.
Maybe just name your other 2.
The 2 that you're not going to let me talk about as part of my 5. Okay. So the 2 that I had was Navia Jordan, Division 3 from Centenary.
Ah.
Okay. Have you seen her floor?
I have not seen it myself.
It's beautiful. Beautiful dancer, beautiful tumbling.
D3 represent?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then I'm going to say
It's a hard one.
it is Abby Millay
Oh, she's a good one.
from Auburn. You know, I, again, had the chance to watch her, and I love Auburn. I know we had the chance to talk to Brianna Guy, your former teammate, who obviously went to Auburn. So Auburn is just a special place in my heart because of Brianna. So she had to be on my list as well. So
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, she's a 5th year because she had a knee injury. And as you know, Auburn's been kind of up and down the past couple of years, but I feel like she's kind of been a constant for them. The team could rely on Abby to bring in the big scores or even just be a team leader. So I'm glad she was on your list.
yeah, she was on my list. But you said I couldn't talk about it very long, although you talked about it. But that's okay.
Well, I have to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, exactly. So those were on my list, but not my top 3, but they were on my list.
One person I'll leave off the list, but I'll mention is Sydney Sneed from Georgia.
Yeah.
She also, like Abby, I feel like has been a constant for Georgia throughout their kind of ups and downs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And she's a beautiful gymnast.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to watch her, and congratulations on a great collegiate career. So the first person on my actual list is Alicia Bourne.
She's on my list too. Absolutely. Has to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Absolutely has to be. And I think Alicia and her kind of freshman and sophomore year was overshadowed by the bigger gymnasts, the juniors and the seniors. And I think last year as a junior, you really saw Alicia coming into her own, and her confidence was very clear, and her ability to pull the team forward was very clear. So yeah, she's definitely at the top of my list as well.
And one person that really hit the nail on the head for me was Sam, who we mentioned earlier, who said that she's been kind of overshadowed by other big names at Florida. And then we also got a reply to that tweet from Claire Bell, who said she's one of my top draft picks for that reason. She's so consistently incredible. And consistent, I think, is a great word to describe her.
And incredible.
Yeah, those actually are really great adjectives.
Yeah, and they combine together for her. I totally agree with that.
And I feel like I'm not going to blame others, but I think as a whole, collectively, we don't appreciate her consistency ever since her freshman year, really. And I feel like that's not really common. Usually freshman year gymnasts are kind of getting their footing, but ever since freshman year, Alicia has really been doing all around in like a lot of the meets. But also to your point about the growth that we've seen in her from her freshman year to her senior year, from what we can see as spectators, she doesn't seem to be the most outspoken person on the team, but she's very much a leader still.
Agree.
She's a quiet leader.
And of all the 4 events, will it be on floor that you'll miss the most?
Yeah.
Me too. Although she's an amazing beam.
I was about to say beam too.
Beam is beautiful.
She knows how to stay on the beam.
Bars.
Her vault.
Vault.
I forgot to mention, in a lot of the training videos, she's doing a double full on vault.
Is she really?
Yeah. So I'm so excited for that.
Wow.
Hopefully she sticks with it through season.
I bet that's an explosive vault. And we're going to get to see her.
We are.
Okay.
We are going to get to see her.
I think another check for both of us is going to be Sarah Finnegan. Now, I wrote down Sarah and Lexi because it was the politically correct thing to do. But that's their senior year as well.
Can you believe it?
I can't. I really can't.
I feel like they were just freshmen. So I'm excited to see them.
And we're going to be at LSU. So that will be fun as well. And hopefully we'll be able to do some interviews.
Hopefully. But I'm very excited to watch them. So we only have one more left?
Yeah, because you rushed us and said we couldn't list our whole...
Well, I didn't want to bore people.
Well, okay. Can I tell you my last one?
Yes.
My last one is a group, and it was the group of Kentucky. And I had Alex, Sydney, and Katie. So I did a little bit of reading about them as freshmen because for me, I really want to better understand their career because I didn't follow it. But the fact that Sydney was Rookie of the Year when she was a freshman, that both Alex and Sydney went to NCAA Nationals as freshmen, and that Katie had an amazing career as well. And so the fact that the 3 of them kind of helped Kentucky be as successful as it was last year, where they almost made it to nationals, is a tribute to these 3 young gymnasts who really performed amazingly for their school.
Yeah. And I think their recruitment and head coach Tim Garrison, I think I'm right in saying that class was Tim's first real recruiting class.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's been interesting to see Kentucky's transition from where they were to where they are now. But I think that senior class is going to go down in history for Kentucky because of everything that they've done for the school. Because of those 3, 2 of them are for sure all-arounders in every meet.
Right.
And then the third can't do all-around.
Right.
So they are pretty much carrying the team at that point.
Right.
So,
and it'd be interesting to see, as you talked about, how they transition. How does Kentucky transition when these 3 ladies graduate?
right.
That will be very interesting.
Because filling all-around spots is hard.
Right. And to be that good, right, on all 4 events.
Yeah.
So that's how I picked Kentucky. I think, again, like you said, they helped Kentucky make this transition to be as great as they are. So congratulations to Alex, Sydney, and to Katie.
Yes. Good job, Mom. I like your list.
Hey,
You
thank
thought
you.
outside of the box. I feel like I didn't really think outside
Well,
the
you
box.
know how my brain thinks, right?
Yeah.
It does that, when
You root for the underdogs.
I do, and I also look at what somebody does that people may not know anything about, like Navia Jordan at Centenary, right? That you really have to watch her do floor. Or with these 3 ladies, where they really helped a school to transition. You got to celebrate that success.
Yeah. I'll link Navia's floor routine on our website if you guys want to check it out.
Sure. I think that's a great idea.
So my last one has to go to a UCLA gymnast.
Oh, it sure does, doesn't it?
That just wouldn't be right if I did it.
It sure does.
Caitlin Ohashi.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a little bit deeper because if you remember, Kate was actually kind of the inspiration, I guess you could say, behind our first episode.
I do remember.
Yeah.
I absolutely remember.
If you guys go back, I think it's our first episode.
Do you really want people to hear our first episode again? Really?
Well, it's
I
titled
don't know if
Wait.
I could listen to it again.
It's titled Wait, and we talk about Caitlin's kind of transition from elite gymnastics to college gymnastics and We talk about her blog posts. And I don't know, I feel like Caitlin...
She inspired us, didn't she?
She did. And I feel like her gymnastics career as a whole has been incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And to see where she came from and hearing how broken she was at a time where we as viewers thought she was in her prime and at the top of her career and she couldn't be better, hearing how completely opposite that actually was on the inside for her. And then to see her now and hearing about her newfound voice is just awesome to see.
Yeah, exactly. It's the transforming.
Yeah, and I think seeing these gymnasts more than just gymnasts, because they are, I just love to see that. Like whenever I chose Alicia Boren, yeah, I love watching her gymnastics, but watching her grow and mature as a person is just incredible to watch.
Well, and I think that's the purpose of the senior episode, right? We're not just celebrating their success as gymnasts. We're celebrating their success in life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very similar to what we talked about with the Simone Biles, right? Where they're young ladies that have taken this sport and they have been able to find their success in it, but also find success beyond gymnastics. And so they're beginning this next phase of their life. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really why we want to celebrate. We want to celebrate that success, not just the success of their skill.
I totally agree. So thank you all for commenting your favorite seniors. It was great to see all of these names. A lot of people I was not aware of. So I'm actually looking forward to watch seniors in their last year. So again, thank you for your comments.
If there are seniors that we didn't mention that you want to make sure we talk about, leave us a comment. Even though we've closed the Twitter poll, you can still always comment. You can obviously always leave us a voicemail. A mom, dad, parent, even though Chelsea said it would drive her crazy if I did it. We'd love for you to celebrate your senior.
Yes. Again, as Mom teased earlier in the episode, next episode we're going to have a fantastic interview that I know a lot of people, especially our UCLA fans, are really going to love. That's a little hint right there. So you can tweet us at Routine Podcast. You can email us at info@theroutinepodcast.com, or you can leave us a voicemail on our website, theroutinepodcast.com.
Visit our website, go to the tab at the top that says Be a Part of the Conversation. Click that, scroll to the bottom, you'll see a microphone. Click the microphone and leave us a voicemail.
Simple as that.
Easy as that.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.